Buongiorno, welcome back to the Italian campaign. So last episode we designed a couple of new battle cruisers. A couple of classes. The Patrona class, building two of those. They're gonna accompany the what are they called? San Ferdinando class battle cruisers, because they are also 32 knots and built on the fast battleship hull. These guys have 16-inch guns. The San Ferdinandos have 14s, so I think they're gonna fill each other out quite well. The San Ferdinandos being more suited to dealing with lighter ships, and these ones being better suited at dealing with heavier ships. Likewise, these will join the Capri class. They're actually slightly faster than the already very fast Capri class. I was almost at the point where I could make these go 49 knots, but then I decided no, I actually want to have some displacement spent on putting armor on them. But they got 9 15-inch guns, which is not bad for a ship going 41 knots, which is still quite ridiculous. Not 49 knots ridiculous, but still. Let's see, the Americans still have some ships around here. They're kind of just going back and forth. I am trying to intercept some of them though, to get some kind of battle going. Is Britain at war with the US? No, they are not. They are not. So that's a DD. That's a heavy cruiser. Doria is being refit. Alright, so she cannot go out to kill. Well, invasion of France is currently at 98% chance to succeed, which is very good. A couple of months left though. Okay, we got a couple of meetings. I saw Germany scrap a bunch of ships. That's kind of unnecessary. Most of those ships were built in 1940, 1941, and there's no way a ship built in 1940, 1941 it's going to be obsolete in 1946, especially not cruisers, because there's no technology that they didn't have then that they have now that is even remotely relevant for a heavy cruiser. Okay, US Admiral fired. Gonna keep fighting. Striking the port. 2 transports sank, some port damage, and here we go, cruiser on cruiser. Juno class. I think that was the class that looked kind of good. Alright, it's foggy. It's a little bit laggy. It is very choppy today. Now what class is this? It's not one of my latest. No. This is kind of old. But I wouldn't say outdated. You're not running away from me, are you? No? You're not running away from me. Yeah, that is... aside from some slight weirdness here and there, like the placement of these torpedo tubes, This almost looks human designed. And we're firing. We are firing, they are firing. These torpedoes are kind of useless. They're not the latest oxidant torpedoes. I got more guns, but they got bigger guns. Get some of my not very useful torpedoes in the water. Maybe they can do something. Okay. They turned broadside enough now that I can pen them. So it looks like I am winning the gun duel. Yeah, there we go. They are flooding and dead. And here we go. The 4 Bastarda class battlecruisers are back, and they're fighting a Nevada class battleship, and 3 of these Juno class light cruisers. Alright. And the weather is the same. My fleet is pretty well organized already, actually. Got all my DDs on the line. Let's see, what is your cruising speed? 27.8. And we are firing at 44 kilometers. I think Capitani Romani can probably do some spotting here. Unless the Bastardas have a lot better spotting. Not sure what the base tower spotting on the Dogali class is. There we go. Foredeck and main deck penetrations. And main deck penetration. Another one. Yeah, we're kind of punching through that guy. Capitani Romani got a little bit too close. No, battle cruisers. What? Did I tell you to switch targets? I did not. Pretty sure I didn't. the enemy battleship is the one doing damage to my my light cruiser. Alright. All torpedoes target the battleship. Actually, like that. You have now launched. You can just retreat. You have launched. You have launched. You have launched. But the torpedoes from the light cruiser already hit. Sadly, I think, yeah, Romani went down. But the battleship also goes down. My cruiser got a little bit closer than I actually intended. It's just, that's one of the reasons why I hate this visual effect of the fog. It just gets kind of difficult to easily visually judge distances. Because you basically only see the little icons over the ships, unless you zoom in real close. And there we go, that's the last of them. Alright, yeah, it's a victory. Although the loss of the Capitani Romani was unnecessary. And we got 2 Dogali class versus 1 Juno. It's a 1946 refit. It has replaced the 7.5-inch guns, its greatest advantage, with 5.2-inch guns. So, and it's also more expensive. At least it's not super slow, but it still fits into the AI tradition of refitting ships to make them worse. Oh, finally, I can see the ocean. We're being outspotted here, though. And they are smoked up. Let's see, maybe like that, so you can see both the tracers and the sunset. Are we hitting anything? What kind of torpedoes? 14 kilometers. I know the original Juno didn't have very long range torpedoes. Speaking of, I do. In range of their torpedoes now, though. They might have launched, but if they did, it was too late. Oh, those torpedoes would have hit too. Maybe. Ooh, losing quite a few transports now, but that's kind of to be expected. Iraq and Australia buying DDs. Getting lots of rebellions around. Yeah, that's kind of to be expected when my enemies have ships all around the world. So that's something I'm trying to get my my various light cruisers to deal with. Okay, a battleship here. Where are you going? Oh, they're assembling a fleet up here. Yeah, they are. Except for these guys going to... no. A lot of these are going here, to Sweden. Aren't they allied with Sweden? No, not anymore. Germany is allied to Sweden. And Germany is at war with the US. So it seems the Americans might... did they get an event to take Sweden? I must have missed it. But possibly. They could possibly be trying to take Sweden. Oh well. Are these in ship shape? The last one is in Dar es Salaam. Yes. Being repaired for 1 more month. So this invasion is already at 100,000, 100%. So I don't really need this this task force to take part in the invasion, which means they can go play with the Americans. Also, these two light cruisers three lights and 5 DDs. Can they do it here outside of Valletta? I think we should be able to. Maybe I'm being a little bit too brave here, but Capri is ready. Padrona is almost ready. Capri, you can join there. Very nice. Okay. Financially, we're losing a little bit of money. But then again, we are building building some expensive ships. including a lot of DDs for our allies, so at least we're gonna get paid for those. So, yeah, I don't think we're actually losing money. Let's see, next turn. And the war continues. We are striking in France. Not so severe transport losses this time. Did we not get a battle here? It's a DD and a CA. How about I send the recently repaired Padrona to join up here, and I send the Capri to take on this heavy cruiser. That might work. Do I have a another Dogali class here somewhere? You'd think. Where are they? Mallorca. There we go. And then, okay. What are you doing? Why are you not being engaged? Fine, let's engage. Setting up quite a few battles now. Let's see if we get any. No. No. And I had all these meetings set up. Ugh. Gosh darn it. At least we can get some stuff out of this. There's not that much I want though. Thailand maybe? And Hawaii? Yeah, not even Hawaii, because it's just way into the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And I don't want to do anything there. French Polynesia. And no, not Guam. Fine. And we are striking. Yeah, you can buy some DDs. Yeah, I got Thailand. which is something. Now, where the heck is French Polynesia? Oh, it's also in the Pacific here somewhere, right? Yeah. It's kind of useless. But okay. So turns out with a little bit of save-scumming, I can make the peace treaty go away. So what I did was I just saved the game to another save slot, then went back into main menu, loaded the autosave at the end of the last turn, and now the war continues. So we do get to play all these meetings I carefully set up. For example, this one with the Regina Isabella class cruisers, battle cruisers, against 3 Washington class heavy cruisers and a Juno. 1946 refit. Okay. 9-inch guns. It's gonna be interesting to see how they look like. So that's a trick you can do if the game gives you a peace treaty you didn't want. Oh my gosh, look at look at that silhouette. What? And of course it's fog. My arch nemesis. Etruria will have to do the scouting here, I think. I don't think the DDs will be of any use. They are all Euro class DDs. Well, one is a Euro and this is something else. Or is that also a Euro? Yeah, it is. Just look different because of the damage. Fine. It's a storm actually, not fog. Wait a minute, did I remember to turn these off? No, I didn't. That could have been ugly. If they had decided to launch. Oh, they're way out of range. Let's take a look at this. Where's your main tower? That's not legal. Looks funky though. Like some kind of armed supertanker. Heavily armed supertanker. So that does happen sometimes. The AI builds ships that should not be legal to build, according to the game's rules. Italia, Fortuna, Lepanto. First major hit scored. Can we identify these before they sink? the last one is probably gonna sink very soon. What kind of main gun range do you have on those 9s? They're firing at something. 21-inch torpedoes. Kind of hard to see with the weather. Torpedoes out from the light cruiser. Might be able to identify one of them. Maybe I should have just let them take Sweden as punishment for Sweden cancelling our alliance. Even after all the ships I sold them. Accidentally hit this light cruiser now. That would be funny. My battle cruisers are firing HE. Not sure if it's a good idea, but I haven't looked at the armor of the enemy ships yet. Get to take a look once they are identified. Lepanto, you can switch to the light cruiser. And there we go. The light cruiser did not take kindly to 16-inch high explosive shells penetrating it. The light cruiser will be the first to die here. Yep. There's the first kill on one of the heavy cruisers. There you go. Fall River has been identified. Very strange ship. 2-Powder 3, TNT 4. Not bad choices. No radar, because it doesn't have a main tower. Long range torps, Mark 5 9-inch guns. With cap ballistic HE and standard AP. Triple hull bottom. Yeah, that's very decent armor. I mean, if it only had a main tower, this would have been a pretty good cruiser. No, it's not an all-forward turret layout, because that's just a secondary gun. The third main turret is back here. Maybe that makes for a better thumbnail. Yeah. Ships are now loading AP. They're all targeting the same boat. Yeah, they are. Talia, you target forward. Do they even have a funnel? I want to check that before they sink. No, no funnel, no main tower. I mean, they shouldn't work. They do. Just gonna gun them down. There we go, getting main deck pens. At 26 kilometers, I do 10. Only 4.9 inches. Deck pen. Yeah, partial pens on the main deck. Okay. That's still doing something though. Again, that is very, very respectable armor. Just too bad about the lack of main tower and funnel. Okay. Now that's one of the original Washington class, which presumably still has a main tower and a funnel. Well, that should be a difficult ship to take on by a light cruiser. Yeah, we're already taking fire. Yeah, those 10-inch guns outrange me by quite a bit, and I'm already taking hits. And again, the weather is not great, which means I cannot make my my top speed, which is my greatest defense. Don't think that cruiser is gonna run face first into my torpedoes. Might happen. And I would consider myself lucky if she ate a couple. I can't even see my torpedoes. Seven-inch guns are not doing that much to that heavy cruiser. I think the best bet is to just try and run away. My remaining torpedoes are being shot off my ship. There we go. As you can see, the Tulsa does have a tower and a couple of funnels. He's making 26 knots. I'm making 33. Unless I take heavy flooding damage, which could happen. Unless I take heavy flooding damage, I should be able to run away and disengage. Yeah, I'm just not going through that. This was supposed to be fighting a light cruiser, not a heavy cruiser. Let's smoke up and try to get out of range. Bravely, tactically retreating. I only have a 2-inch main deck. If she starts hitting me with plunging fire at this range, it's on a pen. Well, it might pen, it could also just ricochet. And there we go. Disengaged. And suddenly a a battleship has appeared. Missouri class, 1941. The Doria has been refit with 13-inch guns. She's accompanied by the Padrona, a Padrona class heavy cruiser, the Immacolata Concezione, Pasadena class light cruiser. Oh yeah, it's that one with the 7.1-inch guns. Yeah, Missouri class. 9 18.2-inch guns. It's slow, but that's some pretty hefty firepower. Now, let's see what we can do. I want the Doria to take on the battleship, and the cruiser to take on the enemy light cruiser, if possible. Well, light cruisers, there are two of them. And my 13s are now in range. What kind of range do you have on your 18s? Colorado. Actually less than me. Well, that's probably because she's switched ammo. But it did open fire. .30 kilometers away. 9-inch guns on my cruiser, now in range. Do your thing. The thing is being done. Torp ranges are we looking at? 10 kilometers. 11. What? What was that? Main belt pen for 40 something thousand damage. Yeah, she just got blown up. Okay. Makes things a little bit more exciting. Now, is this going to be another one to run away from? Now, I don't know what kind of armor that battleship has yet. Secondary gun on the cruiser. Taking out the conning tower. Damaged the main tower. Well, I'm steadily pumping out damage. She's not really hitting me in return. But it just takes apparently one hit to do this. Well, finally it was 2 main belt pens. As long as she's going bow in, I don't think I can go for AP penetrations. There you go, Connecticut identified. Your armor is non-existent. Fine. I'm gonna keep up the HE spam then. Because I do have some penetration on the HE. Ideally, I should be able to pen something. But no, I'm still... it's still only over pens. kind of ridiculous. It would be easier to kill if it had like 1 inch of armor instead of 0. Or if the game had actually modeled, like when a shell penetrates, it's gonna hit something behind the armor a lot of the time. Especially going through a main deck or main belt. We're just gonna kill the cruisers first. Maybe. I think we are. Actually, Manchester first, because she's got the least armor. There goes the last of my HE shells. There we go. That's the Manchester. Eye for an eye. I'll go with AP for Langley. She had a little bit of armor. See, I can bully your cruisers too. What kind of turret armor do you have? Lots. All the turret armor. 26 on the sides. 10 on the turret top. 20 on the barbette. Langley sinks. Yeah, I cannot go through the turrets at any range. If I can get a good flat angle, I can go through the main belt. Let's spend the last of our HE ammo. And then try and maneuver for some main belt pens. Although that could easily mean getting main belt penned in return. Capitalistic 2. Same ammo as I had got. What more do you have, Connecticut? Radar generation 1. Increased HE shells. Crop 5. Triple hull bottom. Standard shell size. Standard ammo. You're all out of HE already. Okay. No, I'm out of HE. You are not out of HE, but you're gonna be out of AP first. Which is the game didn't update the ammo count. If only she would like straighten out and not insist on going straight towards me. Actually make things easier. There we go, penetration. Now overpens, because we're not hitting the main belt. But there we go. We're finally causing some flooding. More flooding. And rudder damage. Even more flooding, which is great. Now I'm taking flooding now too. I wonder if my secondaries are going to be very effective against this unarmored ship. Could very quickly go south. She loads AP and goes straight through my my battlecruiser. Surrender, actually. 44% losses. .45 surrendered. Yeah, not bad. Didn't really expect to run into such a such a heavily armed battleship. And there we go. A single light cruiser. It's trying to mess with my invasion. Are we just gonna auto-resolve this? It's kind of sketchy, but yeah, it worked. I don't see how that cruiser took medium damage, but fine. And here we go. That looks like quite an engaging battle. We got 1 heavy, 2 lights going up against 3 lights and 5 DDs. I think we're gonna do that one in the next episode. And yeah, we're gonna do that in the next episode. And also, I think it was requested, we're gonna design a new battle barge. based on one of the super battleship hulls, or the super battleship hull. I think I only have access to one. So that might be interesting. I haven't decided what exactly that ship is gonna look like, but I know it's gonna be big. That's for next time. Goodbye, and take care.